What's up, Hoopers? Back again with another basketball review video. One I'm excited to talk to you about. One I'm sure you've been very curious about if you've seen this product online. We're talking about the Vktry Insoles. Comparison between the silver and the gold. How good is the silver? How good is the gold? And how good are they in comparison to one another? I've got all that information and answers for you right after the intro. First, 60 seconds for all of you Instagram and TikTok babies who don't have an attention span no longer than a YouTube commercial break. Here comes that quick breakdown. Now, obviously, whenever you've got a silver and a gold, the gold is always going to be better. Why? Because there's more put into the gold than the silver. But the silver level insoles made with a completely carbon fiber plate are actually great performance insoles. There's not a whole lot of cushioning in comparison to a lot of other insoles on the market, but what you do get is a lot more performance out of it. Because of that full carbon fiber plate on the bottom of the insole, you're going to see a big return in the force you put down on the ground, return back up, so your feet aren't as tired, but you're actually going to be able to get off the ground higher, which is going to allow you, or get off the ground faster, which is going to allow you to get off the ground higher. The gold insoles are exactly the same thing, except that they're made with an aerospace level carbon fiber, which is a lot harder, but it actually has a lot more give. They've given you more cushioning and more foam for the actual insole because of that, which makes this insole obviously a lot better. You're going to get more comfort. You're going to get more flexibility in the carbon fiber, but you're not going to lose any of that force and power on the return. It's actually just as good as the silver, just even better. Now obviously the price point is what it is, so if you're looking for a performance insole, you already have the silver and you're thinking about going gold, if you've worn out your silver ones and you love them, go get the gold pair. You're going to love it. Now, for more information, more detail, and more of a breakdown and comparison between the two, let's get into that. Now first, let me shout out Reggie Mitchell. Shout out to my supporter Reggie Mitchell. Calling you a supporter is actually weird. Shout out to the homie Reggie Mitchell at this point. He was kind enough to go through a bunch of these insoles that he had, and he found a pair that were my size. We were talking about it on Instagram, just going back and forth about products, talking about insoles, and he told me I'll look to see if I have any. If I do in your size, I'll send them to you. He did have an 11 and a half. He had a 12. I have a lot of basketball shoes that are a 12. These being one of them. So I thought, perfect, I'll take them anyway. I can still do an accurate comparison because I wear a 12. Now he sent them to me, and I was actually surprised at how different they didn't look. Now obviously I was expecting to get something that would be noticeably different as far as feel, touch. The carbon fiber design looks different than the one on the silver, but I was anticipating a drastic difference. For $50 more, I'm expecting to see a little bit more of a difference, but there wasn't much difference by the looks of it. I've worn these gold insoles twice already, and let me tell you, I noticed a big difference right away. The first time that I wore them at an open gym. There's 4 courts, 40 guys, everybody playing. I played 6 games nonstop. I haven't played 5-on-5 basketball in probably 5-6 weeks like that, right? I was dead the next day. But what I was surprised to find out was that these insoles performed incredibly well. I felt quick on the court. I felt bouncy. I didn't feel much fatigue or kind of tiredness on my feet that you normally would from just your regular insoles, just kind of your feet getting beat up on the court all day. I felt kind of fresh as far as my feet go, right? Which is something that you get with the silver, but you don't get as much of the performance out of the silver that you do with the gold. Now, the comfort for the silver, it takes some time to get used to. There's definitely a bit of a break-in period, as mentioned on the little piece of paper that they get when they send it to you in the box. They say it's, a few days. Personally, I think it's a few weeks, probably 2 weeks of regular wear, just for you to get used to what it's like wearing a performance insole of this magnitude. They're not your regular type of insole. This is a performance insole. It's stiff. It's meant to help increase different aspects of your game, help reduce things that are going to take away from your game. It's going to take some getting used to. Now, with that said, when I went straight to the gold, I already knew what I was in store for. I already knew that they were going to be a little stiff, a little uncomfortable. It was going to take some time. So I was prepared for that. Much to my surprise, I felt that these were better right out of the box than the silver. The silver, to me, take a little bit more time to get used to than the gold do, and I think it's because the gold has a little bit more cushioning and support than the silver do. The silvers have a great surrounding kind of like cup to your heel so that your heel feels supported. There's not a lot of movement inside of the shoe. The material on the surface of the insoles are really great. There's not a lot of sticking to your sock. Your socks will slide if necessary or need be with the insole, which is actually really nice. But with the gold ones, I found that the comfort on the heel was a lot better than the comfort on the silver. So if you're kind of a heavier player or you're a player that jumps a lot, if you like the silver but you want something with a little bit more comfort, I would go with the gold. It's worth the extra amount of money because so far I've worn the silver probably 10-12 times and they're in pretty good condition, right? Like I'd imagine I'm gonna get a lot more wears out of the silver just based on how they look after the wears. As you can like tell, the heel is starting to fray a little bit. You're starting to get a little wrinkling on the heel from the cushioning and the support, but it's still there. They still perform just as great. Now, if you're telling me that the gold are going to hold up just like the silver, but I'm gonna get more performance out of it, oh, I'm sold. You could have sold me on that aspect because the whole aerospace, carbon fiber, bounce technology, like, yeah, that's all great, that's all nice, and it's a great marketing tool and selling point. But if you told me that I'm going to get the same performance as the silver, but I'm going to get more comfort, oh yeah, that's the way I'm trying to go as far as basketball performance. You're going to have great cushioning along the entirety of the insole. As you can see, the cushioning overlaps along the outside of the carbon fiber, which is going to lend itself to more cushioning. You get some of that with the silver, it's just not as much, right? If you do a comparison, you can see right away the difference in just the thickness of the cushioning. You're gonna get a little bit more from the gold. And with this being a performance insole, a little bit more cushioning, a little bit more comfort goes a long way. So if you've been thinking about getting a pair of the Vktry insoles, I would suggest getting them when you got a discount code or when they got a sale going on. Hey, that's just me. You know what I mean? If they want to give out a discount, it's your job to go ahead and pick up that discount and get that product on sale. I'm not saying it takes away from the product. I'm not saying don't buy it at the price point that they say, but because of the price point of this product, I'd imagine a lot of you would be waiting until the price goes down to purchase a product because you're not sure if this is something you're going to be using all the time. Hell, you might not even be an all the time hooper. You might just be a casual hooper, and buying like a $99 or $150 insole might be ridiculous to you. I'm fortunate enough to have followers, supporters, friends, fellow hoopers who have these products and are able to send them to me to review. I appreciate you guys so much. But with that being said, if you haven't already liked this video, if you don't want to like this video, that's cool. You can subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's cool too. Just you watching this video is enough support for me. I appreciate that as we continue to climb the charts of the basketball influencer world, which is so crazy for me to say. Who knows where this channel will take me? I've been enjoying this ride along with you guys just to see where this small, simple idea of reviewing basketballs and basketball products will take me. And it's taken me to a lot of places I couldn't have imagined and met a lot of wonderful people I would have never have thought I would meet. And I'm looking forward to talking to more of you, meeting more of you, hearing from more of you in the comments. You guys hit me up on Instagram, which is great. Let me know what you think about the gold. Let me know what you think about the silver. If you have any questions, you guys always leave them in the comments, and I love that because I respond back to you and it lets me know what videos and topics you want me to focus on next, what areas to stay away from. I'm always here for you guys, and you already know. Until next time, keep hooping. Keep hooping. I'm wearing the gold insoles now, though. That's what I'm doing it. If I'm hooping, I'm wearing the golds.